Buffalo, for 10 years, we've made dreams come true on this stage. These founders once stood here nervous, but driven to be a part of something bigger than themselves. They faced uncertainty, they took on challenges, and they embraced the possibility of achieving more than they ever imagined.
Now they're back, not just as entrepreneurs, but as the builders of a stronger, brighter Buffalo. 69 companies, each a story of resilience and impact, transforming our city's future. Some of them are holding up Oxford pennants displaying monumental achievements in their businesses. Together, these companies employ over 3,000 people across the globe, 1,000 of them right here in Western New York.
But they didn't do it alone. They did it with you. Your support, your energy, and most importantly, your belief. Together, Buffalo, we have shifted our mindset to be one of abundance and optimism, shaping this city into a place of possibility and promise.
And tonight, we're going to do it all over again. Yeah?
Ooh.
Yeah?
Welcome to the 10th year of 43North Finals.
$1 million. Are you guys ready to go?
Thank you so much.
The energy here is amazing.
$1 million this year's 43North competition.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome 43North Foundation Board Chairman and tonight's MC, Bill Maggio.
It's routine, right? It's routine. DJ Jet, my man. I gotta tell you, I got a bucket list, but you know, walking out in front of almost 3,000 people to a rap song written by a WWF wrestler who probably flossed his teeth with my arms is not one of them. But anyways, let's put our hands together for DJ Jet, man. They took my band away, but I got the man. You ready to go? You ready to go? Right? They're blue, not orange. All right, house cleaning items. It's great to be with all of you. I say this every year, what an enormous privilege it is for me to be here. And it's a little emotional for me and guys like Jordan Levy and others. 10 years, we never thought we would get here. But we got some things that we got to do. I want to start by congratulating Colleen Heidinger. I know you all love her, our president, our chairman, Mike Whistler. On behalf of our board of directors, the entire team at 43 North, this is just absolutely amazing. Every year it changes. I think they're trying to get me to fall. There's like 3 levels here now. But anyways, let's give them a round of applause. They're phenomenal. They do a great job. You know, they gave me this book. They think that I'm going to read what's in here. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to just ad-lib this thing, so bear with me. You know, every year we bring 15 companies to Buffalo. And yesterday, those 15 companies pitched their hearts out. And unfortunately, you're only going to see 8 of them tonight. But the 7 companies that didn't make it, they believed in Buffalo. They believed in all of you. They're in the audience tonight. Let's give them a round of applause for a job well done. You know, I saw that video tonight for the first time, and I just want to, for a second, if I can, if you could just bear with me and make it a little personal. My brother Johnny, who was a phenomenal TV documentarian, one of the best in the world, helped, because of our 10-year anniversary, work with the team at 43 North to make that video. I say that because my dad is in the office tonight. I lost my mother a couple of years ago, but my dad's here. I'm really proud of my brother Johnny. My father has not missed one. This is his 10th event. Let's give him a round of applause for being here. I don't know where he is. He's someplace. Dad, where are you? He's someplace here. But you know, that video is unbelievable, and it got me thinking about You know, every place, every person, every history that they talked about, every dream that they talked about, and every future. All those things have stories to tell. Well, tonight, we're going to tell our story. We're going to tell our story tonight. We all know the story, right? At the turn of the 20th century, Buffalo took its abundant resources and it turned itself into an economic and industrial powerhouse. We were known as the City of Light. In the decades to follow, we kind of lost our mojo a little bit. In the 70s and 80s and 90s, it didn't look like we were going to be able to figure it out. Then about 12 years ago, a bunch of tech-savvy entrepreneurs got together, led by Jordan Levy. Where's Jordan Levy? Let's give that man a round of applause. He's a founding board member here. And Jordy and a bunch of other guys got together with unencumbered support from the state. I need to say the state has been unbelievable, and our Governor, Kathy Hochul, to this day has been an enormous supporter. We need to give her a round of applause. She really believes in 43 North. But when that group got together, that's when 43 North was formed, with the sole intention of recreating the energy and the economic stability that we had when we were known as the City of Light. You know, when I was sitting backstage getting ready to come out here tonight, and this is my 10th year doing this, I thought about our first year. We did the entire event on this stage. I'm talking semifinals, the finals, the celebrity judges, the VC judges, the Shea staff who do a remarkable job, the 43 North staff, the competitors, and yes, all of you on this stage. Fast forward to today. There are almost 3,000 people in the audience tonight. We've created enough jobs to fill every seat in this theater. Think about that. Every seat. We've brought dozens of companies from around the world to Buffalo, and many of them are still here and thriving. I remember when we did our diligence, and Jordy will remember this, back in 2014, how many tech startups did we have in Buffalo when we started this thing? You can count them on one hand. One hand. This year, 70 startups from Buffalo applied to this year's competition. We now know that there are almost 200 startups in Buffalo today. Most of those founders are in the audience tonight. Let's give them a round of applause. In 2015, outside venture capital firms invested approximately $25 to $30 million in Buffalo companies. Since then, over $1 billion. And I can make an argument that we haven't produced one unicorn. We all know what a unicorn is. It's a company that's worth more than $1 billion. We produced 3. We all know who the first one is, right? It's ACV. ACV has done remarkable things for 43 North and for this community and will continue to do so. But the other thing that 43 North has gotten really good at doing is helping to recruit other great tech companies. And one of those companies that we brought to Buffalo was Odoo. We convinced Odoo to put their U.S. headquarters here. And it's my understanding in the next 18 to 24 months, they will eclipse over 1,000 jobs in Buffalo. And one of our greatest accomplishments, the formation of the 43 North Foundation. In the next 5 to 10 years, that organization will commit $100 million to support the very entrepreneurial ecosystem we're all here talking about tonight. So the bottom line is this. This is our story. But we could not have gotten where we are without each and every one of you in this room and a whole bunch of other people in the community. And because of you, Buffalo's going to win this race for relevance. And I want you to give yourselves a round of applause for being here and supporting us on our journey. Let's meet our judges and get this thing started. Okay, I want you to promise me one thing. You're going to give these judges an enthusiastic, loud welcome to Buffalo. Can you do that for me? Come on, I want to hear it. Let's go. First up, she's a partner at Lightship Capital, founder and CEO of Lightship Capital Foundation. She's bringing Black Tech Week back to Buffalo. Please welcome Candace Matthews-Brackeen. Next up, she's a powerhouse in product marketing, All the way from Silicon Valley, she recently led global sales and marketing, for eBay, and is the founder of social shopping site Shopper Steaks. She's a devoted Bills fan, and you can often find her in Orchard Park rooting for our Bills. Please welcome to the stage, Andrea Gao. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Yep. Our next judge is a true hometown success story. Raised in Williamsville, he spent his career championing startups as the founder and president of Y Combinator. He also played a pivotal role on Yahoo's product development team, which ultimately became and led to the development of Yahoo Mail. We're thrilled to call him one of our own. Please welcome Jeff Ralston to the stage. My man. Good job, bud. Next up, she's a forward-thinking executive at LabCorp, which is the world's largest laboratory in the world, by the way. A co-investor in one of our very own Buffalo-based portfolio companies, Circuit Clinical. With over 12 years in healthcare and passion for innovation, she leads the LabCorp Venture Fund, overseeing investments in early-stage companies. Please welcome Megan Vaughn to the stage. Thank you so much. Yeah. And last but not least, he's a proud graduate of the University of Buffalo, where he serves on the Seed Run Advisory Council and is a member of the UB Art and Science Dean's Council, and is an avid fan of the UB Bulls. He began his career as a United States Presidential Fellow and went on to found and build several successful investment firms, investing over $500 million in early-stage startups. We're excited to have him here. Please welcome Paul Scarello. Ready to go, man? Okay, here's how it's going to go. Each competitor is going to have 3 minutes to pitch and 4 minutes to answer questions. Are we ready to go? 10 years. Let's hear from our first competitor, please.
Please welcome Abhi Shastri from Fluix.
All right, man, go for it.
Hi, my name is Abhi. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Fluix, and at Fluix, we help data centers save up to 40% in energy costs with our AI autopilot platform. You see, with the growth of AI, data centers are projected to consume 20% of the world's power consumption by 2040. The problem is with existing building automation today. Your HVAC, servers, lighting, and water systems don't communicate or work together. They're fragmented, leading to millions of dollars wasted in energy costs. So at Fluix, we developed Amy, a multi-layer AI that holistically connects your Schneider Electric HVAC to your Johnson water system while optimizing your Dell server, all to save energy. We charge data centers $35 per month per cabinet. They can save 40% in energy costs. They take those savings to pack more cabinets, so ultimately, we help data centers increase revenue. We've shown this in pilots and case studies with 2 data centers, and we've generated $75,000 in pilot revenue, and we're reaching $850K in recurring revenue in the next 6 months. Small to medium-sized data centers are fragmented. This is a $1.1 billion opportunity, but as we grow to larger data centers, this is a $78 billion opportunity here in the United States. Our go-to-market strategy is partnering up with National Grid and NYSEG and utilities. We can help utilities reduce their peak loads, that's a lower energy bill for everyone here, help data centers increase their revenue, and grow our customer base here in Buffalo. We're projected to reach $10 million in ARR by 2026, and I previously invented a new liquid cooling technology for data centers. I worked at Raytheon's data center, and I'm obsessed with the industry. My CTO and co-founder Chase built AI models for NASA and IBM. Together, we're a perfect fit to solve this problem. We also have an amazing team, but why Buffalo? It's because we're close to Niagara. We have a great power source. There's low chance of hurricanes and earthquakes. And BlackRock and Yahoo have already seen this. That's why they've invested millions of dollars into Buffalo. So, Buffalo, it's up to you now. With Fluix is ready to get to work, and with 43 North's help, we can bring billions of dollars of data center infrastructure here, bringing high-tech jobs and helping reduce peak loads for utilities. And Fluix earning the spot for Buffalo's next tech unicorn. Thank you so much again.
Okay, who's going to kick it off? Jeff.
Thanks.
Who do you think your biggest competitor is going to be? Is it going to be the data centers themselves, another software company? Where are you most worried, and what keeps you up at night?
When I worked in the industry, the companies like Johnson, Schneider, and Honeywell had building automation in data centers. We thought that would be our biggest competitor. But the problem is the data center is the world's most dynamic building. All the HVACs are different. Servers are increasing, decreasing. Intel comes out with a new chip. It was keeping me up at night, but Honeywell, Schneider, and Johnson uses building automation for buildings where humans are inside, and they try to use that for data centers. It's a mismatch. The data center industry is too complex. It doesn't keep me up at night anymore because we're coming up with a solution.
Megan, next question.
Can you tell us more about the technology of your solution and how it works to reduce energy?
Yes. So as you understand, data centers are incredibly dynamic. The first problem is how do you grab all the data? Energy, temperature, humidity, and all the different equipment that could be in the data center. We use a large language model to read all the documentation inside the data center. We're able to digitize the building in a matter of minutes. In comparison, you have to send a building engineer to the site. Then we use a deep learning AI model. It's kind of like finding the patterns on what's best for your facility. Then we use an AI agent to autonomously control. That sequence is very important because we're trying to minimize the cost to learn your facility, or we're trying to find the best way to optimize for your building and then repeatedly do that. So our model was done intuitively because we come from the data center industry. So that's how we've set up our technology.
Thank you.
Andrea, please.
What do you plan to do with $1 million if you were to win?
Sorry, could you repeat?
What's your uses of the capital?
The use for the capital? We want to unlock revenue. We have a pipeline of customers that we're currently engaging with. We just built our MVP and we're getting to market. But it's going to require cybersecurity requirements like SOC 2 Type 2, investing in ways that we can protect our software and making sure that we can activate. We're going to have to invest in go-to-market. If we want to test with the utility, that takes time, and it takes amazing people and talent. We're going to be hiring 7 to 10 full-time engineers to come build this next unicorn. So it's going to be cybersecurity, go-to-market, and amazing people to help build this. So that's what we're going to invest in.
Please, go ahead.
What's the persona of the person that you're selling to at the data center? Who is that specifically?
So funny enough, I bought solutions like this when I worked inside the data center industry. First is engineering and operations. Before you bring anything to your site, you need to make decisions at that level. Then the end user is facility managers. Data centers are kind of like their next children. Funny enough, a hurricane just hit Florida. That's where I'm originally from. And sorry for anyone who has family in Florida too. But facility managers have to leave their family during a hurricane to go to the data center. So to really get their buy-in, how Amy helps them is it gives them awareness on what's going on in their facility, lets them autonomously run their hardware, and alerts them before anything happens. Actually, a technology like ours would actually help data centers save time, help facility managers be at home and be more awareness of their solution, and that would be the personas that we sell.
Time for one more. Paul, you got something?
All companies, as they grow, you're at the early stage, great progress, but in order to grow and scale, you have to raise more money. So what are the things that you need to achieve to get to that next round of financing?
So we're currently partnering up with the utilities. We've shown case studies with data centers, but a utility partnering with us to get to a larger data center, that's a case study that is undeniable. Hearing it from the utility, which is incredibly credible, this will spread like wildfire. Other utilities will hear about it like PG&E, ERCOT, Duke, and pretty soon it's going to be undeniable. The utilities help out the co-locations. There's over 2,700 of them. We need to reach the 6 co-locations in the next 6 months and have case studies with 2 utilities, and pretty soon we'll be undeniable. We are going to revolutionize the data center space, and with your help, we can do so. So thank you, everybody.
Okay, it's a great start. Well done. Well done. Okay, let's meet our second competitor, please.
Please welcome Dr. Daphne Pariser from Heron AI.
Hello, Buffalo, New York. I'm so excited to see you all today. Let me hear you. My name is Daphne Pariser, and I'm the CEO of Heron AI. And at Heron AI, we are the trusted data analytics platform for accountants. And our goal is to help their clients transform their data into decisions 20 times faster than the leading industry standard. Now, over the next 36 months, my team and I are dedicated to driving over $200 million of additional revenue for accounting firms right here in Western New York through new client acquisition. And I've done this before. I built my first company here in Western New York where we worked with over 100 different businesses. We worked with these businesses to help grow and scale them, and we collected a lot of data from different sources. We standardized the data while we analyzed it and put it into reports so that they could use that information to drive growth in their business. But ultimately, this took a lot of time. And so what I did was automate the system, and from there we spun out, and today we call it Heron AI. But why are we working with accounting firms? Well, in the next decade, 75% of accountants plan to retire, and there are too few of them to replace them that are graduating now. So as we all know, analytics is core to every single one of our businesses, but as this talent pool shrinks, it is going to leave a huge demand for automated tools like Heron AI. So what we know is that our platform currently saves users about 7 hours per person per week, which allows them to acquire new clients, work with the clients they already have, and innovate in different ways. Right now, accountants can come onto our platform, they can consolidate data within 150 different data sources, and then they can put their clients onto a client portal, segment them so that there's no data cross-contamination, and then create visual dashboards and actionable plans to help them drive and grow their own businesses. And if they have questions, they can ask our agent Jules in 56 different languages. We use proprietary technology so that we can create technically accurate dashboards. And from here, we've grown at really a pretty extensive rate, and we plan to convert 10% of our pipeline while we're here at 43North next year. What we plan to do is here in Western New York and in Buffalo, we really are looking to work with over 400 accounting firms, driving $200 million of additional revenue right here for Buffalo, New York. And we're super excited due to the automation needs in Western New York. In the next 10 years, there's going to be a massive disruption, and my co-founder Julian and I are the right people to lead this disruption. And if we are going to make history, if we are going to stand on the edge of the future, we need to do this together, we need to do this today, and we need to do this here in Buffalo, New York. Thank you.
Good job. All right, who's first?
So,
go ahead.
Daphne, you've got 1,600 people on a waiting list. Mm-hmm. How does that happen, and what have you learned from them as you've talked to them?
Yeah, it's a great question. I've actually spoken with every single person on our wait list, so we've learned quite a lot. We actually had this happen because we were featured on Forbes a few months ago, and we have also been speaking at multiple events almost every 2 weeks since we started Heron AI in January. And what we know is that the issues that they're facing is really this issue that I talked about, which is consolidating data from a ton of different sources, standardizing the analytics, and actually getting reports out to clients on time.
Jeff, please.
I'm going to cheat and ask 3 questions in one.
Great.
So, can you tell me what the average contract value you expect to get from these accounting firms is? How long the selling cycle is thus far anyway? And to whom at the accounting firm do you actually sell to?
Yeah, good questions. So right now, our contract size is about $1,000 to $3,000 per month, but we expect that to be a little bit more in the next few months, where we expect it to be closer to $5,000 to $10,000 per month. Our sales cycle typically is about 2 weeks to 4 weeks, depending on the size of the company. And at the moment, we are targeting firms that are about 1 to 10 million in size.
Got other questions or no? He's writing.
Yeah.
Megan, go ahead.
What is your biggest hurdle to adoption with those 1,600?
To onboarding them?
Yep.
Yeah. So right now, the biggest thing was we started with paid pilots. So we wanted to build our platform through paid POCs to really validate the features that people wanted. So we took the last few months to go through those paid POCs, build feature by feature, and now we have an entire platform that is fully functional. We're putting together the last few steps where we're going to be fully SOC 2 compliant, and in the next few weeks, we plan to roll that out in a more automated fashion so people can get on that faster. Right now, the onboarding is a little bit manual.
Paul, go ahead, and we'll come back to you.
So thank you very much. Nice to see you. Enterprises buy software for a variety of reasons. What would you say is the main buying driving force? Is it higher throughput for accounting firms? Is it lowering cost? Is it generating new insights that they couldn't without your technology? You have to pick one.
Pick one. I would say the biggest value is that they can get reports within about 5 minutes versus a few weeks.
Thank you.
Candace, you got another question?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Please.
Without telling us too many of your trade secrets, can you tell me a little bit more about your proprietary technology and what makes it different?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the biggest things that's super difficult about analytics is, one, the ability to clean and standardize data, but then also the ability to actually really understand data from the client perspective. And this is, what I mean by that is that you have data from multiple different places, and this includes unstructured data like Excel or CSV. And so we've actually created proprietary technology that can analyze and standardize unstructured data and then data from other different sources like APIs and things along those lines. But we can actually clean it and standardize it and then put it into a way that is functionally relevant within a few minutes.
All right, time for one more question. Candace, please go ahead.
Implementation, what does that look like? I know when I'm adding a new software at work, that could be a make or break situation. So what's implementation look like?
Yeah, this is probably the most important thing. So when we built this company, this was what we had in mind, where it had to be as easy to use as possible, where my mom could get on it, use it, and actually see value in it. And so what we say is that within 3 to 5 clicks, you can actually connect all of your data and create dashboards that are readable and useful. And this can all be done in under 5 minutes, which is currently 20 times faster than the leading industry standard.
We're going to have to end it there. Great job, Judges. Great job.
Thank you guys so much.
You guys having fun? Having fun?
I'm having a great time.
It's awesome.
Go around and say hello to the audience. They want to see your face again. Say hello. Awesome. Jeff with a G. All right, let's meet our third competitor, please.
Please welcome Richard Chan from CoverRight.
How you going? Thank you. Hi everyone, my name's Richard and I'm the founder and CEO of CoverRight. And today I want to talk to you about retirement. America is going through one of the biggest demographic shifts in its history. 11,000 people are retiring every single day, and by 2035, there will be more people over the age of 65 than under the age of 18. But retirees today face a unique set of challenges. They're the first generation on 401ks versus pensions, and unfortunately 53% of them are expected to run out of their life savings and having to rely on Social Security. The average American retiring today lacks access to the tools to help them navigate retirement. So at CoverRight, our mission is very simple. We want to build the most seamless navigation layer to bridge the $125 trillion of assets held by boomers and Gen X and the $7.5 trillion of health and financial services markets looking to service them. And we're starting with the first and most important question that we've heard from our customers. How should they manage their health and their health costs? That's why we've built the world's first TurboTax for Medicare experience. For those of you who are unfamiliar, Medicare is a mandatory health insurance transition that all Americans have to go through as soon as they turn 65 or when they retire. On average, there are about 100 private options to choose from. So at CoverRight, what we've done is build a proprietary platform that delivers an all-in-one service. We centralize the critical tools such as doctor search, drug search, and instant and accurate quotes, and we pair that with access to expert human support, delivering a holistic service that saves them hours of research and confusion. Our experience is leaps and bounds above what exists today, which include deceptive practices and bait and switch tactics that are used on older adults and things like spam calls. And most importantly, we're eliminating complexity through an easy-to-use interface, which focuses our users on the key decisions they have to make while our platform does the complex trade-offs. What we're most excited about is the ability to extend this relationship. With the data collected through Medicare, we can append up to 10,000 other data points to create the most complete health and financial profile available, allowing us to recommend this customer other products and services. And that's why our business model is so attractive. Our customer acquisition is low, we only pay it once, and we have the opportunity to create multiple recurring revenue streams from this customer over the lifetime of that relationship. The platform is free to consumers, and we've written over 1,300 policies and expect to grow 400% this year. We distribute through trusted partners in local communities such as credit unions, and we're soon to announce a partnership with a national pharmacy and grocer that will give us access to over 30 million households across the country. Our whole team has deep experience scaling consumer fintech and digital health platforms, having exited 4 companies combined, including brand names such as SoFi and Credible.com. And in terms of why Buffalo, at CoverRight, while we were founded in the era of remote work, we truly believe of the power of in-person. And for a long time, we've been looking for the right location to create talent density of sales, operations, and marketing and product functions. We were fortunate enough to speak to the CEO of ACV Auctions earlier this week, who's exactly done that here in Buffalo. We're excited about potential partners like Highmark and Independent Health, as well as the 50,000 students who we can hire from. And we're proudly New York-based. We were founded in Brooklyn, and we'd love nothing more than to be the next unicorn here in New York State, right here from Buffalo. Thank you.
Okay, let's kick us off.
I'm fine. Sure.
Looking at it.
I love partnerships. So can you tell me a little bit more about your partnerships with GoodRx and Mark Cuban's company?
Yeah.
Are they sending clients to you, or how does that work?
Yeah, so that's really a data partnership where over time we hope to send referrals over to them. So we collect data on our customers, we know exactly the drugs that they take through our platform and know exactly how much that costs in their plans. And so we can run scenarios to understand like if there are savings to be made through those partnerships, in which case we can refer them over to those partners over time, allowing us to generate revenue off that in addition to what we generate from the Medicare piece.
Jeff, please, then we'll come to you, Paul.
Hey, this seems like an amazing opportunity, and someone's going to be, I think, the big winner here. Who is it going to be? I assume that's the easy part of the question, and why?
Yeah, I think obviously we believe it's going to be us. Medicare is a mandatory decision, and unfortunately, a lot of older adults are lumped together in the same sort of group. What we see is that the type of older adult aging in today is digitally savvy, and they're looking for a different experience. So a lot of the reasons why we win partnerships and we're winning channel partners is because we're delivering a different experience for those customers, and those partners care about those customers, allowing us to build a bit of a distribution moat. Over time, if we accelerate quickly, we're able to build data, which allows us to create network effects. We can get better recommendations for our customers, which drive improved stickiness on our platform, and therefore other service partners to come to our platform as well.
Paul.
It's pretty clear this is a huge market, and the market timing is now. Everyone that's gone through this knows the difficulty of being able to choose. It's confusing, just at the time when cognition for people over the age of 60 is in decline. So it's a very difficult thing. So it makes sense to me. Can you tell us a little bit about, since I would look at you as an execution play, how do you, what is it that you do to ensure that you get to market share as fast as possible?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is hopefully some of the funding that we'll get through here. I mean, we know we have a model that works, we have a conversion funnel that works, and so what we really need to do now is really accelerate that and prove out our go-to-market. We've already started some of these partnerships, and if you ask our partnerships person, I'm sure he'd love a team to help us go pursue those even further. And we really need to get those now as a first mover to really accelerate our growth.
Candice, you got a question? I'll come back.
Yeah, kind of to build on that. Oh, sorry.
Please go first.
Okay, thanks. Just building on that, can you talk more about how you plan to scale, and are you doing it by geography, especially when you're thinking about some of these channel partners?
Yeah, good question.
Yeah, it's a bit of both. So for example, our grocer pharmacy partner, that's national. Now, if we can go to one of those partners, that's really helpful because they have a trusted voice, obviously because they're a big company. We also have localized partnerships. So we work with local insurance agencies, so people who sell home and auto who don't do Medicare. And they're most likely going to get asked the question when their clients turn 65. And so we want to be there in those local settings as well. And so the flexibility of our platform is that it's scalable and it costs those partners nothing to implement.
Candace, please go ahead.
Yeah, so you want to be a unicorn. That's everybody, right? Every startup wants to be a unicorn, but how many customers do you actually need to make that happen?
Yeah. So on average, on Medicare, we receive about $300 in recurring commission each customer. So if you do kind of the math, we need about 300,000 customers cumulatively. So not in 1 year, because we can sort of build up to that number. And so that would get us to $100 million of cash revenue each year, which would allow us hopefully to
How many people are turning 65 every year?
there are about 3 to 4 million each year, so 40 million over the next decade.
There you go.
Got time for one more quick question. Who wants to get it?
Do you worry about trust from your customers when you're thinking about how your business is based on commissions?
Yeah, that's definitely a consideration. And so the important thing about our platform is there's no play, and they can't be because we show our customers all the options, so they know if we're not recommending the right option. And so that's really important. The trust element is super important, and sometimes the reason why we do some of these partnerships is we're able to leverage some of the trust factor from those partners who have vetted us in order to sort of put us in front of their customers.
We're going to have to end it there. Great job. Okay, let's meet our fourth competitor. Great job, judges.
Please welcome Lydia Camunto Bosire from 8B Education Investments.
Three minutes. I'll give you a little extra time.
Good evening, Buffalo. I am the luckiest person I know. I was born in a village in Western Kenya, and through the sheer luck of obtaining a full scholarship, made my way to Cornell and Oxford, the UN, and the World Bank. But what if I told you that there are hundreds of thousands of equally, if not more, qualified students across the African continent who would love to make that journey, but they cannot because they do not have my luck of obtaining a scholarship? The mission of 8B is to enable those education dreams through financing. The problem we solve is two-sided. On the university side, did you know that US universities are closing at an alarming pace of 1 a week because they do not have enough enrollments? And those numbers are about to get worse because of a coming demographic cliff, combined with dropping numbers of enrollment from China. Universities are looking to the African continent to fill their classrooms. On the African student side, did you know that 1.3 million African students a year receive offers from US and global universities? But more than 2/3 of them will not enroll for a lack of financing. So why does a problem so large remain unsolved? Well, the answer lies in the perceived risk of lending to African students. Lenders consider the students too risky for loans. Well, 8B innovates on that problem. We create pools of guarantee funds that stand in place of the data that the lenders don't have, and that enables the lenders to lend to their students. We raised our initial pools of funds from impact sources. At scale, we are raising them from colleges and universities. The way universities do this is they agree to receiving a proportion of what a student owes them. In the last year, we have facilitated $9.2 million in lending from a loan applicant pool of $350 million. Our investors include some of the most exciting investors in the ecosystem here in Buffalo and in the Western New York region. And our team is uniquely fit for purpose to solve this problem. Why Buffalo? Well, I'll start from the personal side. My husband is Swedish, and nothing sings to his heart more than the fact that he comes from the same town in Sweden as Dahlin of the Sabres. Moreover, you have an IKEA pickup center right here in Buffalo. On the business side, we want to build the heart of our sales organization right here in Buffalo in order to sell to both universities here in the nation and in Canada. And with that sales org that we will build, we will raise our revenue to $2.1 million. Please join me in building right here in Buffalo a heart of African students that will change Buffalo and the world while creating jobs. Thank you.
Okay, who's going first? Megan, we'll go to Jeff. I was working right now. Go ahead, please, go.
Your mission's amazing. I think that is very, very clear. Can you tell us more about the actual business model and how the company would generate revenue?
Yeah, so we get paid in two ways. We get an origination fee from the lender, and then we get a participation that is part of the interest spread that a student pays. So we have two sources of revenue. And over time, we are getting paid by partners that we send students to because there is way more demand than we have supply for capital. And that supply of students is enabling others to lend to them. And therefore, we are reducing their marketing spend. I can tell you more about data and other ways we'll get revenue over time, but that is the short term.
Hold on, Jeff, please.
Well, I just want to follow on that. How much money does that actually come to on a per student basis?
Yeah, so for a $25,000 loan, we earn $7,100 per student. $1,250 of that comes as origination fee upfront, and the remaining comes over the 7 years of the loan.
So can you just talk about the market opportunity? How many students do you think you can fund over the next 5-10 years?
Yeah, so to give you a sense, 40,000 students will enable us to make $1 billion in revenue. Only 40,000 students. And remember, I started by telling you 1.3 million students are looking and receiving offers from global universities. So the market is very big.
Paul?
And how much capital do you need to raise in order to make that happen?
That's a great question, because we believe that a business in lending becomes very efficient revenue-wise fairly quickly. Once you build a platform, you do not need a lot in order to get the business moving. So we believe that by August of 2027, we will be at break even.
But you'll need a pot of money to get going, right? To lend, right?
That's
correct. How big
correct.
is that pot of money?
Right. The lending capital is separate from the capital for the company. Right. The capital for the company we are raising to 2027. Right. But the lending capital, we will not necessarily be raising it ourselves. We are enabling lenders who already have balance sheets to lend what they already have. So it's not us who need to have $1 billion on balance sheet. We just need to enable a bank with $1 billion balance sheet to see that the risk is manageable so they can lend to those students.
Thanks. Clear? Good. Candace, please.
How have we de-risked other international students from Europe or India, et cetera?
Yeah. Good question.
I'm sure that model exists, but it doesn't happen. It isn't working for Africa currently. So what did they do and what needs to happen here?
Yeah, so the reality is that Africa has a risk premium attached to it. Lending to students from Europe, from Latin America, people know that the economies in those places are stronger. So they have greater faith that if the student should go back, they will be employed. They have lesser faith in the African student, and therefore we have needed to innovate to address that risk premium in order to allow that lending to happen to African students, because we think they will link into the global labor market like students from elsewhere do, but there is this initial hesitation, and that's our innovation.
Do you have a sense of the number of African students who come to the U.S. that stay in the U.S. post-graduation?
There isn't a tracking of that as much, but from students from other regions, we know that roughly 66%, for example, for the lending portfolio from India, tend to stay. And then others, because we're really focusing on STEM students, go to the global labor market. They can get hired in Toronto and in Dubai, right? Because these are students who are in demand, and the reason they do not stay in the US is mostly because of visa questions. So we solve that by focusing on the right kind of degree that enables them to go and get work anywhere.
That's great. Time for one more question, quickly, please.
Does it matter?
Pardon?
Does it matter if a student comes here to go to school and then goes someplace else?
No, as long as they have a job and they're adding value to the world and can pay back their loan, we're completely agnostic.
They have a good experience in America, right?
Yeah, so we're happy for them to contribute to growing the world's economy.
Great job. I feel really bald. Holy shit. I'm just saying.
So good.
All right. Gavigan, I heard his voice someplace. Where's Gavigan? We're going to take a quick break. We're going to bring Colleen out. She's got some important things to talk about. We've got to give our judges some time to just kind of give some thoughts to the first 4 competitors that they saw. They did a great job, right? And I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Colleen Heidinger, where is she, our president?
Can you leave?
Oh, I don't know. Do we stay? What happened? We're here.
I think he's just coming by.
Oh, he's going to come get this. I don't know if we're getting up.
Oh, no, we don't get it.
Thank you, Bill. Buffalo is gaining national attention as a growing startup ecosystem. And we're fortunate to have judges, I know they're over there, from across the country who understand the value of investing in Rust Belt cities like ours. Now let's hear from some venture capitalists who you may recognize from this stage who also believe in Buffalo's potential. This video is narrated by Jordan Levy, founding board chairman of 43North and a prominent venture capitalist who's been over-generous in sharing his Rolodex to ensure our success. I see you, Jordy. His belief in us is the reason we're here today. Enjoy.
Okay, before we meet our next competitor, I talked about the 43North Foundation. I got an exciting announcement to make. So one of the things that we're going to focus on this year is creating our own inventory of tech startups right here in Buffalo. And the foundation is going to invest upwards of $25 million to build a venture studio right here in downtown Buffalo. And I'm happy to announce that Dan Magashevsky, one of the founders of ACV, has agreed to be the CEO of the venture studio. Let's give Dan a round of applause. You guys having fun today? It's a lot of fun, right? Great companies. Best is yet to come. Okay, let's meet our 5th competitor, please.
Please welcome Sharon Cryan from Food Nerd.
My name is Sharon Cryan, and I am the founder and CEO of Food Nerd, a Buffalo-based food technology company, and we have created a market-disrupting solution to a global problem, a problem that affects every single person in this room: ultra-processed foods. These are food-like substances that are made up of highly processed ingredients like flours, oils, sugars, preservatives, and synthetic additives. These ingredients are subjected to high heat, high pressure, and refinement, essentially destroying all of those incredibly sensitive nutrients while creating new harmful compounds in the process. Just one serving a day is linked to an 18% increase of all-cause mortality. And the worst part is, over 70% of our daily calories come from these ultra-processed foods, and that's adults and our children. At Food Nerd, we have created a patent-pending solution to the problem of ultra-processing. Our innovative cold processing technology allows us to take whole fruits, veggies, and mega foods, and we deliciously disguise them into foods that your family will actually want to eat. Our technology really disrupts across multiple categories, disrupting billion-dollar markets with step-change innovation. We will be partnering with B2B partners in addition to launching our own products. As a female-led team of mothers, we have created the most nutrient-dense solutions for the first 1,000 days of life. Our technology allows for us to fill this white space in the market, giving parents the convenience they want with the complete and whole nutrition that their children's growing bodies need. Here's a nutritional profile of just one of our products. One serving delivers 100% of a child's daily recommended amount of fruits and vegetables. And the global opportunity for our products is massive, with a total addressable market of over $250 billion. And we can hit our goal of $100 million in annual revenue by 2030 with our omni-channel approach. And I am proud to be surrounded by an incredibly knowledgeable team filled with world-renowned scientists and CPG experts who have the skills to truly ensure our success. I was born and raised in Buffalo, and every single aspect of Food Nerd was born here too. We will be making a major impact with our new commercial facility that will allow us to create jobs and make products that will feed children right here in our own communities. Now, I want you to imagine a world where every single child has all of the nutrition that their growing bodies need. And those products were made right here in Buffalo, New York. Thank you. And
Okay, come on down, come on down. Who's going to kick it off?
Oh, I'd love to call off my CFO, Ilser Adegazel, to the stage as well.
Absolutely. Here she comes. All right. Okay, who's going to kick it off? Paul? Megan?
I can always go first, but
Jeff,
someone
go
else
ahead.
can.
You're up.
So what do you guys need to do to scale the production of this various kinds of food so that you can sell $1 billion of food every year?
Thank you for asking. We've been working on this engineering problem for over 3 years, and we're proud to say that in 2 months, our commercial technology is going to touch down here in Buffalo, and that will allow us to truly produce product that can scale nationally and internationally with over $50 million in revenue coming off that first asset.
Andrew, please.
So you're an attorney by trade. So how did you come up with this idea or stumble upon the cold processing to preserve the nutrients?
Yeah, so I come from a single mother that was disabled, that raised 6 of us children, and so we were raised on ultra-processed foods. So when I was in law school, I realized the infrastructure is just broken, and we needed to find a new way of processing food. And so I connected with some of the top researchers that are studying this in the lab, and with lots of R&D, we discovered a new process and then filed our patent about 4 years ago now.
Megan, please.
Love what y'all are doing. This is very timely. I feel like you see so many articles about ultra-processed food and microplastics and chemicals that we are unknowingly giving our children, even if it's like organic. So how are you all actually proving the nutritional value of your food and the lack of harmful chemicals?
Yeah, so we're doing significant amount of testing on all of our products. We're really excited to be the only company that's testing phytonutrients in our products, so those really sensitive compounds that are destroyed in normal processing. And we're also measuring how processed the foods are. And so those toxic compounds that Sharon mentioned, we're measuring those as well. So those, along with all of our quality testing, is really that step change and something that no other company is doing.
And how do you plan to get that information to the masses?
Yeah, so we're working with Clean Label Project on our initial testing, and so that is the Purity Award and the First 1,000 Days Award, so that we're the only company where our entire portfolio will have both awards, so that's on the contaminant testing. And we're also working on a new certification for clean processing. So from a consumer standpoint, it's a lot for them to understand all of that education. They can certainly learn on our website, but for them, distilling it down to a really simple seal, for example, that's just clean processing or minimally processed, is something that we're exploring right now.
And it's very exciting. We have investors that are also high influencers with over 25 million followers on YouTube alone. They're really going to help us organically bring this message to the market.
Let's keep them coming, Paul.
So that gets to my question, which is your first step is to leverage relationships with others to go to market. What's the ultimate kind of marketing or advertising campaign for you? How do you brand what you're doing?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for asking that. So our goal is to really lead with science first and truth and transparency. As an attorney, I truly feel that parents do not have proper consent because we don't know what's in these products that we're feeding our children. And right now is the perfect time to be able to bring a product like this and have whole new levels of education. And we're working on some really exciting marketing campaigns that involved animation and really talking about these things that parents need to know, and they've never wanted this information more than they do now.
Awesome. Time for one more question. Jeff, please.
So it seems like the secret to really getting broad use of your product is to get distribution in stores, supermarkets around the country. Can you talk about your strategy for doing that?
Yeah, so right now, we're initially going to start direct to consumer. So our biggest issue has been having enough inventory. So as soon as our commercial assets touch down, we have our full end-to-end manufacturing line. We'll be really pushing direct to consumer, some strategic retailers, and then ultimately getting more national, I would say in the next 12 months. So a bit of a phased approach.
Well done. We're going to have to end it there. Great job. Good job. Okay, let's meet our sixth competitor, please.
Please welcome Wentao Shea from Cactivate.
Hi everyone, it's a pleasure to be here. My name is Wentao, and I am representing Cactivate here today. So let's get right into it. I want to tell you a story by taking you back to 2019, when the three of us, same team, were working on a separate startup idea. It was a marketplace. We had about 1,500 vendors, but it was so hard to get customers. And when we looked around, it turns out that all of our vendors had the exact same problem. And when you visualize it, it kind of looks like this. It's really easy to get set up and start selling. It's really easy to re-engage with the customers, but it seems impossible to actually consistently get customers in the first place, especially if you're a small business. And so take someone like John. Everybody here, I assume, knows someone like a John. He's an actual customer. He runs on having consistently new customers. That's the lifeline of his company. Yet, even in today's market where he has to make digital advertising work, 62% of them actually lose money when it comes to online marketing. It's crazy when you think about it, but not so crazy when you think about why. With about $5,000 a month to spend, he can't afford an agency. It just doesn't work. He could try to learn it himself, but each individual ad platform has its own nuances. It's impossible to keep up with it. And that's why we built Cactivate, the first plug-and-play marketing assistant that not only optimizes, but more importantly, strategizes for someone like John. So all John has to do is come in, plug in his information, give us his budget, and give us his break-even unit economics, and we go. We say, hey, John, I would like you to do A, B, and C, and if you agree, we're just going to deploy automatically for you like an agency. And the more customers we service like John, the better we get. Think about it. Every HVAC company can benefit from another HVAC company's learning. And that's the power of aggregating all of the data of these small businesses. And it works. We haven't reinvented how marketing works. We just made it work for small businesses. So instead of paying $4,000, you pay $400. We put money back into John's pockets. How much? Well, last year we put $140,000 back into John's pocket. That's 2 full-time employees when you think about it. We've taken from losing money to actually thriving as a company. And it works. We have about 190 customers today, almost 500,000 annual recurring, and we have 2% churn, which in our space is top percentile, because I think it works, and everyone loves it. And I know you're all wondering this. How do you get customers? We do it by eating our own dog food, just like we would for John, and it works as well. And this is the team. We've managed to do this with just 4 of us today. Imagine what we can do with 10, because we intend to hire at least 6 people in the first 6 months while we're here in Buffalo. We're surrounded by some of the best investors and advisors that we have in this space. And that brings me to why Buffalo. You know, a lot of people think that Buffalo is a bottom 5 market in the NFL, but they forget that when you consider it as the central hub, sorry, I wasn't finished. But, when you consider that it's the central hub of the Golden Horseshoe area, it shoots up to top 5, right? And that's where you want to be. It's where we have the highest concentration of small businesses, and we think we can thrive here. So hopefully have that opportunity.
Okay, who's going first? You're going to bring your guest out here?
Yeah, I'm going to bring my co-founder, Z, out here. Z, there he is.
Oh, here he comes. Let's give this guy a round of applause. Okay, who's going first? Candace, please, fire away.
Wentao, there's a So you're an agency disruptor.
Yes.
But will agencies use you?
Agencies do use us, most specifically the smaller freelancers, the ones that are really good with their clients, but they don't have enough bandwidth. And so we help them to 10x what they can do. And so if you think about web development, we no longer hire web developers to build websites, but we have so many more web developers because of the proliferation of things like WordPress, Squarespace, et cetera.
Great.
Paul, please.
So when we look at startup companies like you guys, we ask the companies to tell us what their glimmer of greatness is. What is your glimmer of greatness?
What's that? What? Sorry, I couldn't
The
hear.
glimmer of greatness. How do you convince me that this is going to be a great company?
Yeah.
I need a glimmer.
Very simply, I think that every space, whenever there's a disruption, there is a downward pressure put on how things are reinvented. So think about accounting. How many people still have a full-time accountant on their staff? Not anymore. But a lot of people still have a full-time agency on their payroll. I think that in the next 5 years, this will be just like that, and everyone will get a plug-and-play solution, and it'll be redefined for the better.
Thanks.
Jeff?
So it seems like you need data to provide good solutions to these companies. And the data is probably pretty specific to different verticals. Is there one or more verticals that you think you can go after first to really grow your business?
Yeah, really good question. We like to focus on service-based companies that have that are business and that are consumer-facing and have less than $100 in customer acquisition costs. So our top 3 ones tend to be HVAC, professional services, and some e-commerce as well. So if we dominate those, then the same system can be used across as many customer profiles as possible.
And how do those customers find you? Who are your competitors?
They find us because we run our own marketing with our own software, right? So yes, and that's what we tell our competitors. That's what we tell our customers. Put us up against anybody. We're 1/10 the cost of you hiring someone, and our competitors might help you do what you want, but they won't help you strategize on what to do in the first place. This is a know-how problem, not an execution problem.
Andre, you got a question?
I'm still stunned by the Bills bottom 5 franchise. I'm kind of speechless after
What do you
that.
want me to do about it? Can you do something about it?
What's
I
that?
guess the people's choice is gone, right?
They're gone, sorry. But a serious question, I guess, would be like, what else do you need from a technology standpoint to build out to be really successful?
Yeah, I'll let T take that question.
Oh yeah, sure. So we build a data flow that we call it the loop. So today I want to share like 3 parts of it. So number 1 thing we call it the learn part. So with tools like Longchain and LLMs, it's helping us to acquire specific industry data or business knowledge, and that's important for us to make a decision better later. And that leads to our number 2, which is strategy. So imagine every day you need to make a decision, you have 2 options. One is you want to reach out to more people with more fresh data, right? And the number 2 decision is you want to make the most of the existing resources that to get a better goal or target. So you need to balance the trade-offs. So this is the decision we need to make, and that's part of our strategy. And with all the data and the decisions, that lead to our 3rd part, which is the content. So here we're trying to answer 3 questions: where, when, and who. So who is the audience you want to reach out to? Where is the platform? And what is the content you want to make for the user? Eventually, with all the data and all the decisions, we just push out and we can feed the data back to the beginning, and that's a whole loop of our data flow.
We're going to have to end it there. Great job. This guy right here came to a business plan competition yesterday and said, I don't know the first thing about business. I'm a technology guy.
That's me.
Good job. Good job.
Thank you.
Why are you stopping? Rub it in. They're going right to the airport. Jesus Christ. What are you doing, DJ? How prolific were your parents? They named you DJ, for God's sakes. Unbelievable. All right, let's meet our 7th competitor, please.
Please welcome Dr. Jeffrey Dietrich from RareBird.
Hi, good evening, Buffalo. My name is Jeffrey Dietrich. I'm the CEO here at RareBird. I'm going to start off by asking a very simple question. By show of hands, how many of you had a cup of coffee today? Okay, so these lights are really, really bright, so I can't actually see you, but I hear a lot of noise, so I imagine a lot of hands went up. All right, 75% of us drink coffee every single week. 2/3 of us drink it every single day. It's America's favorite beverage, second to water. Right? But every coffee drinker knows two things. First, don't drink too much. We all know our limit. Beyond that, you feel jittery, wired, anxious. Second, you know that exact time of the day where you have to stop drinking coffee. Might be noon, might be 3 p.m. Otherwise, you're at risk of not being able to fall asleep at night. So coffee is this really interesting product or beverage where we're drinking it every single day, but half of us say we don't actually like how it makes us feel. So there's this disconnect. And that's where we see the market opportunity. We've developed an entirely new type of coffee. It's a patented coffee called PX coffee. It's very simple. We just swapped out the caffeine for PX. It's a caffeine replacement that actually occurs naturally within our bodies, and our bodies actually want to make PX. The benefits, twofold. First, you're going to feel better during the day, less jittery, less wired, less anxious. Second, you're going to sleep better at night. So this is really a coffee that's better for mental wellness and better for sleep quality, which is very timely given that today is World Mental Health Day. So shifting gears just a little bit, tell you about the team. My background's in biotech. I got my PhD from UC Berkeley in bioengineering. I've been doing startups my entire life. I'm joined by my co-founder, Adi Andraccio, my chief business officer. She launched the Impossible Whopper while at Burger King, and prior to that was in private equity. So it's really the combination of science as well as business. We're excited to be here in Buffalo for a bunch of different reasons, one of which is the great coffee culture. Second, the access to a tremendous talent. We have a $1.7 million grant from the National Science Foundation to deploy immediately in Buffalo, using it to build out an R&D facility. We already have a lease signed, as well as build out the world's first PX coffee roastery, slated to be open in early 2026, late 2025. Right? So we want this to be the hub by which all PX coffee in the world is manufactured. And it's going to be everywhere, whether it's undergrounds here in Buffalo, in Tim Hortons, or if it's in Starbucks. Now, lastly, my mom always said, whenever you go to someone's house, especially a really nice house like this one, bring a gift. That's why we're giving everyone here today free PX coffee. You can use this discount code here, or if you use the code BillsMafia, no space, you'll also get a secret surprise gift within your shipment. So with that, I'd love to open it up for any questions.
Well done. Okay, let's get it going. Who's going first? Paul,
Okay.
go ahead.
So why hasn't PX made it before?
Pardon?
Why hasn't PX been around before?
Oh, that's a really good question. So it's probably in part because I did my PhD on the enzymes that actually convert caffeine into PX. So I knew about it a long time ago and really began to explore, okay, what are the properties of this relative to caffeine? I myself am caffeine sensitive. It causes anxiety in me. So I just kind of put the puzzle pieces together and said, hey, let's make this happen.
Okay.
Candace.
How are you going to get people to switch from decaf to PX? Because that's going to have to be a conversation, because right now everybody just thinks caffeinated or decaf.
Yeah, so I think I would really think about decaf being as a separate category for people who don't want any type of stimulation, right? If you're gonna like have a cup of coffee, go to bed, you want decaf. This is a coffee that's gonna wake you up, make you alert. So really think about it being a replacement for caffeinated coffee, not decaf coffee.
Interesting. Jeff, please, go ahead.
Does it really feel as good as caffeine?
Well, all right. So if you're a masochist, some people say they like that punch in the face in the morning from caffeine.
I do.
So if you want that, go for it, right? But if half of coffee drinkers, I don't think like that. So that's what we're going for.
Megan, please.
Yeah, can you tell us a little bit more about PX? You know, what is it? Where is it being manufactured, and how do you get it into the coffee? And then is there any sort of FDA regulations around?
Okay, so let's break those questions down. First, PX itself. So the only place it occurs naturally is actually within the human body. So that 80% of the caffeine that we consume is converted by enzymes in our liver to PX. It just takes our body basically the entire day to do that conversion, so you never get to feel the PX, you're only feeling caffeine. Right? So we have this grant from the National Science Foundation to basically develop a biological route to produce PX using the exact same basically enzymes that our body uses, so a natural process. And then lastly, in terms of getting into the bean, we start with the very high quality decaffeinated coffee beans. The caffeine's been removed. We then infuse it with the PX. So the end result is a coffee that's roasted, brewed, tastes, smells exactly like any other. We wanted to have that exact ritual and coffee experience, just changing how you feel.
Very cool.
Paul?
So caffeine's in lots of products, other beverages, and maybe in foods. Do you guys see there's opportunities in other beverages?
Yeah, absolutely. So we started with coffee because we think it's the best fit between PX's attributes and really the use case for why people want a cup of coffee. It's like a productivity drink, but a very professional, high-end one. But you can think about PX being used anywhere caffeine is. So it could be the energy drinks, sodas, teas, etc.
Thanks.
Is it expensive to place PX into the coffee? And so does a cup of coffee have to cost more?
So the coffee does cost more. The manufacturing side is not that expensive. The PX, of course, adds additional cost. So we think about this long term, it's going to be a couple percentage points higher cost than a traditional coffee. That's really not going to affect things long term. Today, quite a bit more expensive, frankly.
Time for one more. Who's got it? Don't make me do it.
Like, what percentage of people, what's decaf versus caffeinated coffee, and where do you kind of see PX fitting on that continuum?
Great question. So we really think about PX as being like the third category of coffee. We want you to walk into any cafe, coffee shop in the country and see PX coffee right up there on the menu board. Right? There's going to be about 10% of people or so who are looking for decaf, and there's going to be probably about 30%, 40% of people who are going to really experience PX coffee's benefits, and the rest caffeinated coffee. But I also want to hit on, a big problem that cafes and coffee shops have is that people mainly go in the morning. They're not going in the afternoon. This is a coffee you can also drink in the afternoon, still fall asleep at night. So it really changes the entire market dynamic and provides a lot of value to those types of businesses.
We're going to have to end it there. Great job. Okay, one to go. You ready to meet our last competitor? Come on, louder than that. Let's go, please. Come on, it's hot up here. Come on, for God's sakes. Okay, let's meet our 8th competitor, please.
Please welcome Dr. Brock Aksar from Spiky AI.
All right, Buffalo. Quick backstory. I'm originally from Turkey, and I moved to Boston to get my PhD degree in computer engineering. And right now, I'm here in Buffalo. And I'm going to be honest with you. You folks look fantastic tonight. My name is Brock. I am the co-founder of Spiky AI, a personalized real-time sales co-pilot. Over the last 3 years, online sales meetings exploded. And teams are right now doing 3 times more meetings every week. And we are all recording these meetings as well as transcribing, but only 2% of these recordings are ever reviewed. Look at Michael. He had no way to review and listen hundreds of calls every day. And what happens if you cannot make something actionable out of them? You are losing a lot of opportunities, and because lack of coaching, your people, your best people churn. And solving this problem requires 3 key pieces. First one is personalization. We learn winning behaviors from your company data, and then we make sure you can apply these winning behaviors in real time, because behavior change only happens in real time. And we also take care of all these mundane tasks for you. Spiky is the only platform that closes this feedback loop proactively. And every company is a sales company. With quick estimate, we have 50 billion per year market here. And Spiky basically integrates into your calendar, CRM tools like Salesforce, HubSpot, Zoom, Teams, and we start building that personalized engine from day one. And I'm so excited to announce the launch of real-time coaching tonight in Buffalo. This is first time I'm going public here. And we give you live feedback, like, Brock, you're supposed to talk about budget. You haven't done it so. You're talking so fast. Slow down. So we help people in the moment. We help people being in the moment. And that's how they make more revenue there. And this is an engineering problem that requires real engineers to solve it. Me and my co-founder got our PhDs in the AI domain, and we published more than 30 papers, 7 patents. And our go-to-market advisors and team members, they are crazy good. And here is the proof. Right now, we are analyzing 6,000 customer meetings every week. More than 1,400 companies using us. And all of them, it's organic. New organic signups come in every day. And people see Spiky. They are sharing Spiky. They are seeing him in the meeting. That's how we built this engine. And we are here for the long-term game. Guidesley, one of 43North portfolio companies, right now using Spiky. And we're going to build a AI talent in Buffalo right here. And what could be better than 2 AI PhD founders with 30 plus more publications to make AI vision of Buffalo's much stronger? And not just that, we have great use cases with some companies here, M&T, Gallagher, Highmark. We're going to make great local use cases with all these partners. And then we're going to scale these use cases to the world. And then people are going to ask, I think, this question. Hey, where is this company based? Tell me, where is this company based? I couldn't hear. Tell me again. That's what we're going to make it happen here. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having us. Spiky loves you.
There you go. You done? You got to answer a question.
Thank you.
You pronounced Collider correctly. That's amazing. You already got points. Okay, who's going to kick us off here?
Amazing.
Candace, please.
I mean, you're a PhD AI guy, right?
Yeah.
Like, who's selling this?
We are selling this. Still, it's like founder-led sales, and Spiky is basically helping us sell. Like, PhDs selling with Spiky. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the secret. You're using your own thing.
Yes, we are using our own thing that helped us, like basically learning the customer discovery, understanding customers, and that's basically how we identify problem.
And remind me then, what does sales look like over the last 12 months?
Over the last week, we are right now close to $500,000 ARR right now.
God bless.
Are you, do you sell an enterprise license, or do individual sales departments buy it, or how does it work?
So in terms of departments, they're generally like, sales departments use us, and we have right now 5 big enterprise customers. Largest enterprise, we have 500 people in the platform currently. But generally, like right now, we are low end on the mid-market, 10 to 15 people, but we are like scaling quick to the larger brackets, because when 10 plus people, Spiky makes a lot of sense. But we also have a lot of founders like me who doesn't know how to sell and learn with Spiky.
Jeff, please.
So, sales enhancement, sales coaching, customer insights, they're kind of cool.
Yeah.
But you have 2 genius PhD AI guys with 30 papers. Shouldn't you be building the next ChatGPT?
I'm blushing right now, if you can't tell.
Really what I'm asking is, what is it about this particular product that makes you guys, that excites you guys and makes you passionate?
Yeah, I mean, we are so passionate about upskilling people. I don't know, being a 2 immigrant founder in this country, we always wanted to do better. We wanted to learn, but there was no coaching opportunity. And actually, we built Spiky for ourselves to upskill our communication game. And then, revenue people, they found us, and we found the perfect match. And our mission is basically helping a lot of people to upskill themselves and automatically coach themselves and make it much more better. That's why we have AI. And we are just putting the personalization component in it. That's our passion.
So you already have 500,000 in revenue, I believe you said. So what is your use of funds, and how do you plan to scale? What do you have to do next?
Right now, everything is basically product-led growth and very organic. So we spend $0 in advertisement or marketing. No offense to anyone, but we basically know how to build the best product, and that's what we did. Right now, we want to scale our sales operations as well as go-to-market initiatives with the funds and make sure everyone knows about Spiky.
Candace,
Last question?
Yeah, please.
This is going to be like the most important question you answer
Oh my
tonight.
God, I'm excited.
You live in Boston.
Yeah.
You're in Buffalo. Patriots or Bills?
What is the answer? Let's ask to the crowd. What is the answer? Bills.
Easy.
Thanks for having us.
All right. We got time for one more. Who's got it?
Oh, we have one more?
Come on, let's go. Let's get this. Is that it?
We're good.
That's it? We're going to end on the Bills. A good place to end. Okay,
Let's go.
great job. All right, look at, first of all, let's give all of our competitors a round of applause for a great job tonight. And to our judges as well, let's give them a round of applause. Wonderful. Thank you, guys. Really great. DJ Jet. Okay, here's what's going to happen. Our judges are going to retire to the green room, and they're going to decide which 5 companies are going to walk out of here with $1 million. I want to thank you for your attention, for putting up with me tonight. God bless, and have a great evening. Thank you.
For the second year in a row, I'm proud to introduce Mike Ball, a dear friend and the Vice President of Community Affairs at Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, who will proudly talk to you tonight about your opportunity to vote. In addition, and most importantly, it's Mike's birthday. So please welcome him to the stage with a big round of applause.
Wow, this crowd's electric, Colleen. So on behalf of Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, and a special shout out to all of our Highmark team members out there, it's truly an honor to be here at the 43North Finals, one of Buffalo's most exciting nights of the year. Tonight, we want to celebrate and congratulate the 43North team for bringing us 10 years of incredible startups from around the globe that are driving innovation and fueling entrepreneurship in our region. Let's give it up one more time for the team at 43North, the board, and the state of New York. Thanks to 43North and this year's incredible finalists, our future is brighter than ever. As the region's leading not-for-profit health plan, Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield is thrilled to bring back the People's Choice Awards again this year, giving you the power to help a finalist win an additional $25,000. Today's winner, yeah, let's hear it. Today's winner will join Credit Academy, which was your People's Choice awardee last year, and they're already making a name for themselves as an up-and-coming fintech company. More importantly, they're giving back to our community, most recently by providing leadership skills, career exploration, and financial education to young people in the city of Buffalo. We can't wait to show you this year's People's Choice recipient and all of the winners just what Buffalo is all about. To vote, please use the QR code or the URL on the screen behind us, or open your program booklet to page 6 and find the code there. Thank you.
So let's wrap it up. Tonight you've witnessed 8 incredible business pitches on this stage. And thanks to the generous commitment of $30 million last year from Empire State Development, we will continue to invest in Buffalo's future and operate out of Seneca 1 through 2026. But the excitement doesn't stop there. The startup scene is thriving all across Western New York, and it's not just about 43 North. Momentum is building throughout Buffalo. For the first time in decades, our population is growing, and we're seeing major wins across the entire region. In addition to 43 North, other local programs are supporting entrepreneurs at every stage. Northland Workforce Training Center is collaborating with Tesla to provide high-tech job training and career development opportunities in Buffalo. Founders are now raising tens of millions of dollars in venture capital from around the nation. And a local startup will ensure our safety when we go cheer on our bills come 2026 in Orchard Park. In addition, visionary venture capitalists are establishing their own funds to invest in Buffalo's entrepreneurs. The big announcement this year was around Buffalo, Rochester, and Syracuse, now being designated a federal tech hub with a $40 million commitment to start from the federal government. The 90 will now be the nation's semiconductor highway, and 25% of semiconductor chips will be made in upstate New York by 2030. Yes. Further, as Bill mentioned earlier, the entire Buffalo ecosystem will benefit from the 43North Foundation and its $100 million commitment, building on the incredible progress of the past decade, starting with the Venture Studio launched, as they mentioned tonight, and we couldn't be more proud of Dan and having our own former founder in the family to run it. Let's give a quick round of applause for all the innovators, entrepreneurs, organizations who are building on the momentum of the past decade. I'd like to thank all of our supporters who make both our year-round program as well as this night of finals possible. Special thanks to Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, M&T Bank, Aileron, and all the others that you see behind me, or you will, who've committed to our success. This organization has relied on your commitment for the past decade, and we're incredibly grateful on behalf of all of us. I'd also like to give special thanks to Governor Kathy Hochul and the Empire State Development Team, who have been our #1 supporter for over a decade, including last year's $30 million investment. Now, please welcome to the stage, as long as she's here now, Buffalo's own Governor Kathy Hochul.
There's no place like home. I am so excited once again on this stage to announce the winners of the extraordinary 10-year journey of creating jobs and innovation starting here in Western New York. Are you with me, Buffalo, to announce those winners? We're almost there. I feel like it's pre-gaming a Buffalo Bills game. I'm so excited to be here. Go Bills, go Bills. There we go. Let's go, Buffalo. Let's go, Buffalo. Let's go, Buffalo. That's why I love this place. But you can feel the energy that's pulsating, not just for this room, but all the jobs are going to be created. 1,000 jobs created because of this program, over $80 million investment from the state of New York. And I want to thank Hope Knight, who's the commissioner, the president of Empire State Development that funds this program. So let's give her a huge round of applause as well. You know, North, are you trying to get a chant going over there? 43 North, 43 North, 43 North. Okay, all right, I'm going to forget the speech because you just want to have a lot of fun here tonight. But this is the energy that I'm talking about. We can power everything. Hydroelectric power from Niagara Falls pulsating over the state of New York. It feels like that. What we're creating here tonight is the next generation of entrepreneurs who are going to make us so proud here in Western New York, and to all the people who have come from across the country. If you've not been here before, you're never going to want to leave. You will fall in love with Buffalo and Western New York. The people are fantastic. We support the ecosystem. We're a fun bunch of people, no doubt about it. So as long as I'm governor, and it's up to all of you, as long as I'm governor, the first governor from Buffalo, New York, since Grover Cleveland in 1883. It's been a little while. Let's keep it going, because I'm going to keep working for you. And thank you for your support here tonight, everybody. Let's keep it going another 10, 20, 30 years, and know that you are part of making history once again. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, so I think that was our fastest deliberation ever. Yes? I've got the winners right here. So thank you, Governor Kathy Hochul, for being with us. Before we dive into the excitement of tonight, please help me join or bring to the stage the powerhouse that joins me every day behind me, the team of 43 North who exhaust themselves to ensure our success. Further, we're going to ask the 43 North Board of Directors to come on out as well. We'll also be joined by the ones that had the hardest job tonight, which is selecting these winners. So our judges from tonight will also join us. As well as our IPO sponsors from Aileron, M&T Bank, and Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Okay, my friends, let's welcome back our 8 contenders. Please welcome back Fluix, Heron AI, CoverRight, 8B Education Investments, Food Nerd, Cactivate, RareBird, and Spiky AI. It's time now to announce our 5 $1 million investments and our People's Choice Award. 5 of these companies standing to my right are about to secure a $1 million investment and seize the opportunity to grow with us in Buffalo. I want everyone to get on their feet. Come on, you've been sitting for an hour and a half. Get up. And I'd like for you to make some noise. On the stage. Our first $1 million award goes to CoverRight. Our next $1 million award goes to Heron AI. Our third award goes to, from San Francisco, RareBird. They tell me to make it dramatic, so. Another $1 million award goes to Spiky AI. And our final $1 million award goes to Buffalo's own Food Nerd. Okay, remember, we're not done yet. We held on to People's Choice as the last announcement. So we're going to ask our 5 companies to come back to the center of stage so we can figure out how you all voted. Our friend Mike Ball, the birthday boy, has the check. Mike, the 2024 Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield $25,000 People's Choice Award goes to. Your mic better be on.
Is it on?
It's on.
All right. Food Nerd.
Buffalo, I'm pleased to present in record time, cheers to that team over there, our year 10 cohort. Please join me in celebrating.